Green.
Lisson 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 Green and Lisson Green.
I'm going to talk about the Lisson Green nursery.
Hello, my name's Candy. I joined Leaf when it was WCS in 2005, and my first nursery was Lisson Green, where I was a trainee there for about 3.5 years. I learned quite a lot from the nursery, even at that time I haven't started my training, and I made 2 friends that hopefully be friends for life. I enjoyed working with the babies, which I didn't even know that I could do. Tina, the manager, was very nice to me and allowed me chances, give me advice, so did the 2 friends that I made there. And it's been a long time, I haven't been to visit, but I will miss Lisson Green. I had some good times and laughs there.
Lisson Green was my first post as deputy manager. I worked there for 3 years under the leadership of Leslie Richardson, who was a great leader. She was really passionate and committed. The families there had wide and various needs. So there were challenging times, but very fond memories, and I learnt a lot there. One of the fond memories I have is when we would take turns in creating dishes within the team. So we had a range of dishes, and one of those dishes when I first joined was sagaloo, and I thought, oh wow, wonderful. Well, it was quite different from your traditional Indian sagaloo, but I must say it was delicious. So as my interpretation, I'd add a bit of spice here and there, and you know we had a bit of a changing in the taste buds, but it was lovely. And one of the other memories that I recall is one of my colleagues who was passionate about Chris Rea. I didn't know who Chris Rea was. Well, I did by the time I finished working at Lisson Green. I remembered all his songs. So they were great times, and I do remember them fondly. And yes, I will hold Lisson Green experience quite deeply in my heart.
So I started at Lisson Green as an apprentice. I worked there for 4 years until I qualified, and I had the support of the lovely team I worked for at the time and the management. It was one of my best times within the company. I think it always held a special place in my heart, that nursery, especially as it was near home. And I think the time we were there and the team we had at that specific time was kind of the best days, and I think we all kind of feel that that was a special time in all of our hearts, and we all hold great memories there that I think none of us will ever forget.
Hi, my name's Tresham. I'm a chef at Lisson Green. I've been at Leaf and at Lisson Green now for about 15.5 years. I came to Leaf via Westminster Catering. I worked as a kitchen assistant stroke transporter. There was a little nursery on the site that I was in called Little Venice, which is where I met Angeli and David. I also met June as a regional manager. And from meeting those people, I came to Leaf. I applied as a chef and also as a nursery assistant. But then when I met Vicky, I was given the choice of either to have one position or the other, and I couldn't make it within an hour. So Vicky made that decision for me, and I've currently been a cook, housekeeper, now chef, but moving on to another position in a few weeks' time as a catering quality compliance officer. I've enjoyed my time at Lisson Green because to me, even with the staff coming and going, it felt like home.
I'm David. I've been working at Leaf for a good number of years, over 20 odd years now, but I've been working at Lisson Green for the last 3 years. I came here for a transfer. I love Lisson Green for its garden and the open spaces. The children love the garden area. I love garden area. Digging, lots of plants, snails, mini beasts that we find. The setup of Lisson Green is quite unique. It's lots of different rooms. I like to call it the TARDIS because you can get lost within there. And it's funny when people come to visit because they just seem to get lost, but you know the layout and it's fine. The teams I've worked with, we've had staff come and go, but it's always been a great atmosphere, great working relationship with the families and the children, and it's just something very special and unique about Lisson Green, and I will miss it a lot.
I joined Lisson Green in 2008. It used to be called WCS back then. I've enjoyed my time over the years here. It's been great since I've just only worked at this nursery. I've enjoyed my time here with the children, for example, doing activities with the chef, with cooking activities. I've also room-led the over twos room as a room leader trial, which helped us be a great team and had support from the management. The children here and the parents are really great, and they actually show appreciation with our work that we've done, and over the years I've got to know a lot more parents and children around the community, and we have actually enjoyed walking around the community, going to other nurseries too, and yeah, I will miss it.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the Lisson Green nursery. My fondest memories about Lisson Green is last year when I started to work here through the agency. I really loved being here first time, and because the atmosphere was so nice, and because of the atmosphere I enjoyed more working with the children as well. And yeah, since then I found so nice being part of the team and not being an outsider. I applied for a nursery practitioner job. I got the job, luckily, and I work now in the meantime at Tresham Nursery, and sometimes when they need my help here at Lisson Green Nursery, I come back and help out, and I'm always happy to come back and work here because I feel I'm part of the team and I enjoy being part of the team, and the atmosphere is so positive that I really wish the nursery would stay for good and I would be able to come back and work for good here at Lisson Green Nursery. Yeah, it's always not possible what you wish in life. Yeah, I work at Tresham Nursery. I have really good memories working here at Lisson Green Nursery. I would love to work here, but that's not possible. That's all what I can say.
My name's Laura and I've been working in Lisson Green since November 2016, and I really love working here, being part of the team and the atmosphere. The parents are lovely and they're easy to talk to, and the community is good as well.
I'm Connor. I started with London Early Years Foundation in 2009 as a nursery apprentice. I found myself at Lisson Green in 2014 as a deputy manager before becoming the manager in 2015, and I'm now currently manager. My fondest memories of the nursery, when I first came I was a little bit scared, if I'm honest. The area terrified me, and you know, there was a big crime problem on my first day which put me off. But actually I really began to enjoy the nursery after my first month. I like the fact that there's children from more deprived backgrounds in this area that we're able to support, and those from affluent backgrounds, and there's a real social mix, and everybody gets along in the nursery. It feels really special. But one particular memory that really stuck out for me is a family that I managed to help. When I first came, you know, Mum was terrified of educational establishments. She had a poor experience herself, and she would post her child through the door as if it was a letterbox and run as quickly as she could once she'd seen someone had seen her. And I had to completely change the way that I talked to work with her, and over time we built a really strong relationship, so much so that she left over a year ago, and she still regularly visits me, like once every month, maybe 2 months, to help her out with paperwork, to catch up and have a chat, but just someone to lean on for support. And it feels really, really special because she trusts us a lot, more so than any other educational establishment she's ever been involved in.
I am Gary, and I am the Senior Programme Manager for Learning and Development at Leaf, and I joined Leaf in 1994, and my first nursery was Stepping Stones Nursery, which is not too far from Marsham Street now. But I joined Lisson Green in the summer of 1996. I remember it for two reasons. First is because it was my first transfer over to another nursery, and I really wanted to work with another nursery and to see Leaf in a different angle, because we had a few nurseries around Westminster, so I wanted to go and see what other nurseries had to offer, so I went to join the nursery. And the second is that I just turned 20 and I just moved out of home, so lots happening at the same time. New nursery, new job, new house to live in, so there's a lot going on. And I think I moved in a couple of weeks before my 20th birthday, and the key children that I was working with at the time, I was just getting to know them. And one of the parents had decided to make me a birthday cake and make a surprise of it, which was really, really nice of them. And I had this big birthday celebration, and the parent came out with this cake, and this cake was humongous. It could have fed the entire nursery 2 times over. It was giant, it was made of fruit with sponge and cream and chocolate, and it was just the most amazing thing. And it was completely unexpected. I wasn't expecting a parent to go to that much detail, that much kindness and that much attention after only knowing me for a space of a couple of weeks. And I think that pretty much sums up Lisson Green. Lisson Green was a very special nursery. It was really very much a big part of the community, very much in the heart of the community, and the parents and the staff had a very, very good working relationship with each other. Lots of engagement, lots of sharing of information, lots of warmth, lots of love that made it such a lovely environment to work in. I spent, let me see, I must have been at Lisson Green for 2, maybe 3 years. And it was my time at Lisson Green that really helped me to see that I wanted to progress my career. So during my time at Lisson Green, I became a deputy manager. My first ever management role, and I remember my first week on my own when I had the whole nursery to myself. Tina, who was my manager at the time and is currently the manager at Eastbury Nursery, had gone on holiday, and she was in Australia for 3 weeks. We just returned after Christmas, and the electric in the kitchen had gone and had turned off all of the fridge and freezers, so the food inside there was no good. We found out we had a bit of a pest problem, and all of the sinks had backed up as well. So the first day I was in charge, I had to sort out a whole kitchen with no electrics. I had to sort out a plumber to come in and sort out the plumbing, and I had to get pest control in, and I survived my first week and I was still calm. So yeah, that was definitely a baptism of fire into deputy management, and Lisson Green helped me through it. I loved my time at Lisson Green. I left there to go to First Steps. I'm not sure what else to say.